The city of Metropolis never slept. Its towering skyscrapers, bustling streets, and neon lights created a world that was always alive with energy. But beneath the glamour and chaos, there was a darker side, a side where secrets festered and danger lurked in the shadows. It was in this world that Detective Clara Hayes thrived. Known for her sharp instincts and unyielding determination, Clara was the best investigator in the Metropolis Police Department. One rainy evening, as Clara was finishing up paperwork in her dimly lit office, her phone rang. It was her partner, Detective Marcus Reed. His voice was tense. "Clara, we've got a situation. A body's been found at the Grand Metropolis Hotel. It's high profile. You need to get here now." Clara grabbed her coat and rushed to the scene. The Grand Metropolis Hotel was one of the city's most luxurious establishments, frequented by celebrities, politicians, and business tycoons. When she arrived, the lobby was swarming with police officers and reporters. Clara pushed through the crowd and took the elevator to the penthouse suite, where Marcus was waiting. The victim was a man in his late 40s, dressed in an expensive suit. He lay on the floor, a single gunshot wound to his chest. Clara recognized him immediately. Victor Langston, a wealthy real estate mogul known for his ruthless business deals and controversial reputation. "Who found the body?" Clara asked, pulling on a pair of gloves. "The maid," Marcus replied. "She came in to clean the room and found him like this. The door was locked from the inside, and the windows were sealed. No sign of forced entry." Clara frowned. A locked room? This just got interesting. She began examining the scene. The room was immaculate, with no signs of a struggle. On the table, she noticed a half-empty glass of whiskey and a cigar still smoldering in an ashtray. Victor had been expecting someone he trusted enough to let into his private suite. Clara turned her attention to the victim's belongings. In his pocket, she found a small, crumpled piece of paper with a phone number scribbled on it. She handed it to Marcus. "Run this number. Let's see who he was talking to." As Marcus left to follow up on the lead, Clara continued her search. She noticed something odd near the window, a faint smudge on the glass, as if someone had tried to wipe it clean. She took a closer look and spotted a tiny shard of metal embedded in the frame. It looked like part of a bullet casing. Her mind raced. If the room was locked from the inside, how did the killer get in and out? And why was there a bullet casing near the window? The pieces of the puzzle weren't adding up. Marcus returned, holding a piece of paper. "The number belongs to a woman named Evelyn Hart. She's a journalist who's been investigating Victor's business dealings. Word is, she was planning to expose him for some shady deals." Clara's eyes narrowed. Evelyn Hart. I've heard of her. She's not the type to back down from a story. Let's pay her a visit. They found Evelyn at her apartment, a small but cozy place filled with books and stacks of files. She was in her 30s, with sharp features and an air of confidence. When Clara mentioned Victor Langston, Evelyn's expression darkened. "I didn't kill him, if that's what you're thinking," Evelyn said firmly. "But I'm not surprised someone did. Victor had a lot of enemies. He was involved in illegal land grabs, bribes, and even blackmail. I was close to publishing a story that would have ruined him." Clara studied her carefully. "Did you meet with him last night?" Evelyn hesitated. "Yes. He called me, said he wanted to talk. He claimed he had information that would change everything. But when I got there, he was already dead. I panicked and left. I didn't want to be involved." Clara exchanged a glance with Marcus. Evelyn's story checked out, but something still felt off. As they left the apartment, Clara's phone buzzed. It was the forensics team. "We found something interesting on the victim's clothes," the technician said. "Traces of a rare chemical used in industrial cleaning. It's not something you'd find in a hotel." Clara's mind clicked. The smudge on the window, and the bullet casing. The killer didn't come through the door. They came through the window from the building next door. Marcus's eyes widened. The office building? But that's impossible. It's too far to jump. Not if you had the right equipment, Clara said. A grappling hook, maybe. The killer used the chemical to clean up any traces of their entry. They shot Victor from the window, then made it look like a locked room mystery. The pieces were falling into place. Clara and Marcus rushed to the office building next to the hotel. On the rooftop, they found fresh scratches on the ledge and a discarded grappling hook. The killer had been here. As they searched the building, they discovered a maintenance worker who had access to the industrial cleaning chemical. His name was Daniel Graves, a former employee of Victor Langston, who had been fired and blacklisted after exposing unsafe working conditions at one of Victor's construction sites. When they confronted Daniel, he broke down. "I didn't want to kill him," he sobbed. "But he ruined my life. I lost everything because of him. I just wanted him to pay." Clara arrested Daniel, but as they left the building, she couldn't shake the feeling that Victor's death was just the tip of the iceberg. In a city like Metropolis, where power and greed ruled, there were always more secrets waiting to be uncovered. As the rain continued to fall, Clara looked out at the city skyline. Another case closed, but the darkness of Metropolis remained. And she knew that, sooner or later, it would call her back into its depths.